Kirov reporting.
Hello and welcome. My name is Anthonyalbit. This is Wonderland Stories, and today we are going to talk about when a Chinese rocket will hit you straight in the head, how does equality works in Canada Railway, what does oppression by milk means, why other nurses went on strike, and of course about the insane Canadian fight with the windmills. Celebration of light in Vancouver pushed another year due COVID-19. We are locked up in homes for the second year in a row already. But with all the official restrictions and measures, it seems that we have yet to see any improvements. Canada still looks like a COVID whore. Locked at home or not, the disease keeps spreading. Now, the street-day celebration of light was cancelled again, leaving us without a fireworks show with all the dark skies above.
We don't know who struck first, us or them, but we know that it was us that scorched the sky.
In addition to that, Canada cancelled the Formula One race and lots of other events. I must add here that cancelled events were mostly open-air ones, which is really terrible for the population, especially taking into consideration that it is very hard to catch anything like a COVID being in the park. Canada Rail withholding pension from gay widower over the outdated definition of spouse. A very unpleasant story happens in Toronto with Ken Hare these days. Ken lost his beloved husband around 9 years ago, and now the Canadian National Railway withholding his spouse's pension, stating that before 1998 their pension plan did not include same-sex couples. Of course it didn't back then, but what about now? 1998 is long gone. However, it looks like we are still in the same place. A great example of why the fight for your rights has no connection with dancing naked on the streets. Is it true that all are we allowed to do is jump outside today? Unfortunately, it does seem that way. Now please, tell me one more thing. Why is the headline called this guy a gay widower? What is this? What difference does it make? I thought we passed this stage already and long time ago. The guy is a widower, pronounced in one word, widower. And if he is a widower, he should be able to count on everything that any other person can. Otherwise, all this chatter about equal rights from populists is nothing. Of course, if we aren't talking about dancing on the streets. Take a look at how this 71-year-old fella will do for the equality more than many so-called activists. Personally, I wish him a piece of good luck. Heart attack survivors really can improve their life quality, and it's not by taking it easy. You need minimum 150 minutes of exercise a week. A 43-year-old guy from Singapore got heart attack and was shocked by it. Interesting that the man was active. He played soccer, floorball, and did weekly core training sessions in addition to walking and kayaking with friends. A fantastic example of how sometimes you can't help which way you fall. Looking at the guy's background, you won't say that he got sick because of a lack of experience. Reminds me about a photo of lungs, a pair of a smoker and another of a regular fellow. Both on the hook though. Shit happens. New confusing patio rules blindsiding British Columbia restaurants. Absolutely expected stupid regulations once again. It seems that today you are not obliged to think before you make your rule mandatory. I'm going to explain it to you in a very short manner. The thing happens is that you can dine in the cafeteria on the British Columbia ferries, but you cannot in some restaurants, even if you are outside. The confused reaction of the business community is logical, don't you agree? And like all our Canadian epidemic fight, new rules are unclear and of course unfair. Not surprised at all. Unclarity, confusion and despair. Fishing in troubled waters never seemed to be so great. RCMP reports there is no arrests after hecklers attempt to disrupt Strathcona Park cleanup. The thing is that some dorks were trying to disrupt the city crews that were dismantling an empty homeless camp. Too bad there were no arrests. You know, I am delighted with how people understand freedom nowadays. Do whatever you think necessary if it's not against the law. No responsibility included. Feel yourself a little different? Oh hell, do a bit more. We will look the opposite way, right? Right. Just don't you forget that your freedom ends right there where mine starts. But anyways, what is next? Is there any plans to clean up downtown East Side as well? Nurses walk off the job in Sarnia, Ontario and are now on strike. I'm not going to go deep into the story in Ontario here. All I can say, good job, Canada. Nurses and doctors, probably the most important people these days, are forced to go on strike. People are writing me with stories about hospitals experiencing a total lack of personnel. Do you know how hard their job is? What do you think about nurses working in ICUs and MCUs for 12 consistent hours without a break? How critical this is, especially for high needs patients. Needless to explain, you probably know everything better than me. You know what is fun? The situation is hardly COVID related. It is a policy of hiring, managing, and rewarding people who are involved in the public health business. And now we finally have underpayment strikes on our hands. What a great results! Bill and Melinda Gates announced the end of their marriage. After 27 years, 3 kids, and billions of dollars, she is finally fucked his brains out. Safe travels. Grouse Mountain's grizzly bears emerged from their longest hibernation ever. According to park rangers, the 2 grizzly bears held in captivity on Grouse Mountain have awoken from their longest hibernation ever. Grinder and Kula normally hibernate for about 4 months, and their previous record for their longest hibernation was 153 days. This year it was 170 days long hibernation and spanned from November 10 to April 29. What can I say? With all this global warming, winters are getting colder and longer. Good morning, guys. All Alberta schools to go online, retail capacity reduced to 10%, restaurants back to take out only. Alberta Premier Jason Kenney has announced another set of restrictions for the province. It won't help in any way. Please, close the country for 3 consistent weeks already. And let's get it over with. according to RCMP, British Columbia COVID road checks to be announced via signs and in social media. The province has been divided into three zones: the Lower Mainland and Fraser Valley, Vancouver Island, and Northern and Interior Territories. All this shit will be done to deter non-essential travel for us. Are you ready over there? Now, some guy will decide what is essential for you and what is not. They promise to provide you with every opportunity to turn around voluntarily. Enjoy! Judge rules. Kevin Spacey, accuser, must reveal his identity.
Bite my shiny metal ass.
You show me yours, I'll show you mine. This is how it went back then, right? More than 500 air passengers were fined for defying hotel quarantine rules after landing in Vancouver and Toronto. It's me, or is our precious government went bad? The fine is 3,000 per muzzle. Can you imagine? That does not sound right to me. Let's do it the way it is done in Delta City, Detroit.
You are in direct violation of Penal Code 113, Section 9. You now have 5 seconds to comply. 4, 3, 2, 1. I am now authorized to use physical force.
This is what happens when you travel outside the country, outside the city, outside the zone. Stay, sit, quiet. Donald Trump has launched a new communications website which says it will publish content straight from the desk of the former US president. Have you seen the website? No? Go ahead, take a look. It's a masterpiece. It's a blog, non-interactive one, the one from 90s. Have you ever heard of Save America Shop? No? Now you heard. The merchandise shop. I don't give a damn about what is happening in the land of the brave, trust me. But tell me, how did he lost elections back in the US with this kind of approach? I have no idea. Everything is he doing seems so bright. Huge Chinese rocket core falling out of control back to Earth. Have you heard that our Chinese friends launched a space station of their own? Now, the leftovers of the rocket will fall back to Earth with a chance to kill someone on the go. I quote, "Things more than 10 tons, we don't let them fall out of the sky uncontrolled deliberately," says Jonathan McDowell, an astrophysicist at Harvard University. But that's us. Them, on the other hand, can do anything they want. Poor fellas in China probably aren't aware of this 10-ton rule. Just some 30 meters tall, 21-ton tube traveling at speed of 28,000 kilometers an hour. Nothing to worry about. Will it come to an end someday? Looking at the way it is now, the right answer is no. They simply don't give a shit. Take cover, everyone! Rockets approaching! Extinction Rebellion eco-warrior claims giving school kids too much dairy is racist. I can't explain the way I love this kind of shit. Oh baby, eco-warriors, activists of a different kind and shape, and now we have this. A very enlightened crone from the United Kingdom named Alison Plowmer came up with an idea to remove milk and cheese from the schools because it is racist. Milk discriminates against black and ethnic minority groups because they are more likely to be lactose intolerant. Get it? Lactose intolerance discriminates. Myself, I'm frustrated with the shape of corn, discriminated by gluten and allergic to pollen, thus terribly offended by it. I don't like the shape of a ball. It should be cubical, or I will cry. What do you think? Where is the point when all this madness will stop? Personally, I think there is, but it is so far away. And we are going to keep an eye on this matter and everything interesting that happens in Canada and around the globe. In order not to miss anything, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, like or dislike this video, leave comments and ring the bell. Thank you for being with me today. See you next time.